They're in the business to make money, and unfortunately, a lot of their money now is going back to terrorists. The emergent threats.
Derek Maltz was a special agent in the United States Department of Justice. In 2007, he established the Counter-Narco-Terrorism Operations Center.
Chapo Guzman was one of Forbes' wealthiest individuals in the world, right? It's about making money. Of course they do research. They study what law enforcement is doing. They don't want to go to jail, so they look at how they can beat the system. They have no bureaucracy, right? They have no budget constraints. They have no policies. They don't have any real processes like we do in law enforcement to follow. So they're about making money, and they're going to do whatever they have to do to make money.
When you talk about moving contraband across the border, look, it's a business. So whether you're moving people, money, drugs, weapons, whatever it is a large-scale, multi-billion-dollar business that not only entails the use of various techniques in order to shift that much product across the border, but also an incredibly high level of law enforcement corruption. All of this material doesn't cross the border, whether it's at a port of entry or whether it's out in the middle of nowhere of the desert, without there either being complicity on the part of law enforcement or gross negligence.
The politicians and law enforcement are pretty much all in the same boat with the Mexican cartels. The Mexican cartels control, I'd say, pretty much every border state in the United States. They control it by controlling the governors, controlling law enforcement, from your federal down to your local law enforcement, and they do that by intimidation and bribes.
And the scale of those bribes is staggering.
Do you have any idea of the scope of the money involved? If you try to put a number on that sort of business, that sort of relationship, is it hundreds of millions? Is it billions? You may not have a number, but
Actually, from another source,
One tentacle
advised that for the last number of decades, you did approximately 150 billion with a B dollars in sales of narcotics of all kinds, and pretty much like they teach you in Law Enforcement Academy, about 50%. He said $70 billion went to buy to place governors in office, heads of police, sacks, and they need to ensure that their 1,000 kilos don't get hit at the border.
like I said, the amount of money involved is off the charts. It's unimaginable. Multiple billions of dollars.